welcome to the Captain Videoweblog. We are Saturday, March the 12th. No, we are Sunday, March the 13th. God damn it, I'm so lost. Mainly because of one thing. I checked the date in the evening, but now it's 4 a.m. So yeah, that's why I fucked up pretty big time, to be quite honest. So yeah, because what was I going to say? Yeah, so this happened when I was eating. That was a lot of noise. I'm still really I'm not sure how it only brought my dog to bark and not just everyone to wake up, because look at this. Look at this stash of glass bottles. I'm actually not entirely sure how they did not crash, just fucking glass everywhere. I'm quite happy actually, because there's wine and vinegar and possibly 10-year-old Coca-Cola, though I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I think we have drunk what was in that bottle. It was from the time where my favorite ads used to wear, the ones with the bears on the snow. I actually liked a lot the ones from before, even before, in the late 90s, with the trucks in the middle of a kind of, I wouldn't say a snowstorm or blizzard, but there was definitely a lot of snow falling, and it was winter, and the trucks, they were bringing Coca-Cola. That was kind of my idea of Christmas, how Christmas was good. And I mean, I liked it a lot. It makes me hella nostalgic, because it was a time where our Christmas tree not only had could be installed early December, not literally on the 23rd or the 24th of December, but also had these lights, these colored lights, and that makes me feel so nostalgic. Right now we're being so minimalistic with the lights, with all the decorations, and I'm like, I miss when I was a kid. But it's mainly because of the lights and the ads. It's not because of the ambience. They didn't really change, to be quite honest. So anyway, yeah. Yesterday I was said that today I would do a little recap of Roadblock. I fell asleep during a match. I mean, at any rate, nothing really changed at Roadblock. It was, and people, I don't know why people were expecting anything else. It's a network special. It's a glorified live show. The only thing that differs is that Triple H was there, Brock Lesnar was there, and it was on the network. That's the only thing that changed. So it started with the tag team titles, tag titles match. There was I mean, it would have been strange that the titles would change there, because the titles never change in house shows. I mean, except once, when actually was the time when Miz and Morrison took the titles away from CM Punk and Kofi Kingston. If I'm not mistaken, that's like 2008. It was a house show in Canada already. I think it was London, Ontario, not Toronto, Ontario. But anyway, yeah, it was good stuff. The New Day. I mean, that's kind of running a joke into the ground. At one point it will be beating a dead horse. They came with their box of Bootios. That was really cool. The match in itself, I mean, I don't know, my stream was just getting on and off and on and off. It was pretty strange. I was doing the recap in whoa, Jesus Christ, there are a lot of noises coming from this part of the house, and I'm not really sure that everything is going well. Our washing machine just flooded the kitchen. Well, it was around 8 p.m. So already 6 hours, no, 8 hours ago. Time flies. Yeah. So it was a brilliant show. Nothing changed. Nothing's changed, but it was a brilliant show. So yeah, there was this match that ended with the New Day winning against Wade Barrett and Sheamus of the League of Nations. I mean, why not? They've been teasing that since I'm going to say the last pay-per-view, which was Fastlane. I mean, obviously that couldn't be a setup for WrestleMania, because that would be sad, such a match for WrestleMania. I mean, it's probably the tag team match might be relegated to the pre-show this year. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about other stuff. Chris Jericho pissed at the fans because they're still chanting for AJ Styles. Yeah, AJ Styles, who coincidentally was in Albany to face Kevin Owens in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship. One photo leaked with AJ Styles holding the title over Kevin Owens. Obviously, that could mean that he scored the last pin, but not that he won the match in itself, because Iron Man match is not the one who wins the last is the champion. That's championship scramble. Remember the Brian Kendrick who was like WWE champion for 10 minutes? Those were good times. Yeah, so he ripped on the fans who kept chanting for AJ Styles, and then he went to Jack Swagger for whatever reason. The reason being that he was going to face Jack Swagger in one of those matches that obviously can only take place in house shows, because that makes no sense. Yeah. So Chris Jericho won by submission, obviously. Then there was a good surprise. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy facing Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson for the NXT Tag Team titles. I mean, it's weird to think that Enzo and Cass are going to get promoted. That's pretty much a given. The crowd reacted very positively, though it was Canada, so it's better grounds than the US. But yeah, in NXT, short title reigns aren't the norm. So if the champs are going to go up, that's strange, because there's still like 1 month of tapings of NXT shows that have already been done. So it's already the build up to NXT Takeover Dallas, that's been done. So it would have been weird for the titles to change. They didn't change. But Colin Cassidy and Enzo Amore did a great effort. Carmella, great showing from Carmella. She doesn't let herself get stepped on. She slapped Scott Dawson, yeah, which is, I think, an illegal move. But what do I know? Managers, they're apparently part of the match. Anyway, then there was another match, Natalya versus Charlotte for the Divas title. But I'm starting to feel like the old dirty grandpa gimmick Ric Flair is having right now is not a gimmick. It's just him playing himself. He blends so well into that character that it's actually a bit scary. I mean, what can be said about that? Really, the title couldn't change, not to Natalya, when in like 3 weeks you have Charlotte facing Becky Lynch in Sasha Banks in what's going to be one of the greatest Divas match ever. Since the women's division is called the Divas, It was an okay match. it's at this moment that my stream started to go out for extended periods of time. So yeah, I saw bits of the match. Really, I didn't even see the finisher. The stream just came back in at the moment the pin was done. So yeah, thanks network. Um, anyway, then there was another kind of live showy match, Stardust versus Sami Zayn. Didn't see a lot of it. I mean, I saw like the both wrestlers going to the ring, and then Sami Zayn saying that the announcer saying that Sami Zayn won. I think he won with a hell of a kick because it's kind of the way he wins. You know, that's his finisher. But I don't know. And then the main event, which really felt like a main event. Like the start was slow between Dean Ambrose and Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Spoiler alert, nothing changed. But something major might change because of that match. Coming to that a little bit later. So the start of the match pretty slow. You know, it's a championship match, so you can expect it to go for a long time. And you know, the show was scheduled to go for 2 hours, but so it's a network special. It's a live show championship match. It went for like 30 minutes longer than advertised, which is good. I think that it needed all that time, especially because it started at like 3:45 or 3:15, and the show was supposed to end at 4 a.m. So I'm like, what? So anyway, yeah, pretty slow start. Then it spilled to the outside, and it started to go crazy from that point. And when I say crazy, like there was going to be a table spot. I didn't know when. I didn't know who would be on the receiving end. I didn't know who was going to jump on the table from what part. It looked like it was going to be a setup for a pedigree on the table, but it was pretty obvious. So yeah, Dean Ambrose, impressive showing, like his championship material. And by championship material, I'm not saying Intercontinental Champion, US Champion. I'm saying World Heavyweight Champion. He gave it his all. I'm fairly sure that even Triple H wanted him to win, but you know, it's Vince, so but yeah, impressive stuff. Triple H being the barbaric asshole that he is, and Dean Ambrose having a method to the madness. That's how you say it. Oh, it's almost like he has a plan because he always targets one leg. Yeah, that's weird. Could it be that he already actually wants to win the title, huh? Fucking Michael Cole, I'm telling you what, it was so much better in Japan. What happened to Michael Cole in the sumo hall? Yeah, and at one point, and you're like, he's gonna kick out, because Dean Ambrose goes for kind of a weird combo. He first goes for the figure 4 leg lock because, you know, just to mock him, you know, because Triple H, Ric Flair, the Evolution, you know, all that stuff. Wow, that felt real, like when Triple H was struggling to get up and got slapped around by Dean Ambrose just to make him go down again. Then sharpshooter because Canada. Am I right, lads? Yeah. And then yeah, so that spot, dirty deeds. He's the dirty deeds. 1, 2, and you're like, he's gonna kick out. 3, everyone goes wild. I go wild. Adrenaline as it is at its highest. I mean, I actually fell asleep during the time where my stream was down, you know. So I was like, and suddenly 1, 2, 3. Oh God, I'm awake. I'm alive. Except Dean has had his feet under the rope. Anyway, yeah, so the pin is cancelled. Fuck that shit, you know? Spills again to the outside. Uh, Dean puts Triple H on the table, goes on the barricade, and you know Triple H is to the visual what Cena is to the audio. You can see that he was going to move, so he moves very obviously, he spills onto the floor, and Dean goes through the table, barely beats the count of 10, gets into the pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Triple H still champ. So, yeah, awkward camera angle for that pin where Dean has his feet under the rope. I don't quite believe that. Somehow. Yeah, so I do think that Dean might be added to WrestleMania, but I mean, he's gonna have to prove that his feet weren't under the rope. And I mean, there's a lot of camera angles that prove that more obviously than the one saying that he had his feet under the rope. But he still has his match against Brock Lesnar. Oh, Brock Lesnar. That's another match that I completely missed. Brock Lesnar fought against Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Dispatched them pretty easily. And then there was the great shot at the end because Bray Wyatt was retreating. He had left the ring apparently during the end of the match. He was retreating, and it was pretty much Brock Lesnar stalking his prey. That was great stuff. It's still weird though that Bray Wyatt isn't scheduled to have any single matches at WrestleMania, with that still being built on, you know, because Brock Lesnar pinned Luke Harper, not Bray Wyatt. So yeah, so the street fight is still on. I don't know if Roman Reigns is still going to appear. He's still not going to appear at Raw. I mean, if he appears, that's going to be a shitstorm. If he doesn't, well, good for him, I guess. So, yeah. What else could I talk about? Paris is champions with 8 matches remaining. They won 9-0 in Troyes, which is fairly impressive for one reason. Paris in one match scored more than at this stadium than Troyes in the whole season. Troyes scored 8 times in about 15 matches. Yeah, 8 times in 15 matches in that stadium. Paris scored 9 times in 90 minutes. And there's your stat. Leon drew against Rennes, who is a very impressive team. I'm really afraid for next Friday. But it still means that with their 1 point that they took yesterday, and is still very, very, very disappointing. Marseille is 10th, and after being possibly going back to being 14th if Angers and Bordeaux had won, but Bordeaux got blown the fuck out, you know. So yeah. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.